Mega Feraligatr, here's the deal. Water and Dragon when paired together is a really good type. These two types complement each other really nicely. Dragon cancels out the electric and grass weaknesses, which are water's only two weaknesses, and water cancels out Dragon's ice weakness. These two types are also just generally very good. Mega Feraligatr's ability Dragonize is also pretty decent. It turns all normal type moves into Dragon type moves and gives them a power boost. Mega Feraligatr also has some pretty good stats, including its attack and defense stat, which are pretty far above average. But here's the bad news. Mega Feraligatr has a really awkward speed stat, being too slow for fast teams and too fast for Trick Room teams. The only normal move that most people will even consider running on Mega Feraligatr is Double Edge, which is a really powerful move when transformed to a Dragon type, but also has recoil damage. Back in the day, there were moves called Return and Frustration, which would have been really good here, but they don't exist anymore. Sorry. Mega Feraligatr's typing is also a bit awkward right now in this specific moment. It's only weak to Dragon and Fairy types, but right now Dragon and Fairy type Pokemon happen to be some of the strongest in the game. Pokemon like Arcaludon and Garchomp are kind of dominating competitive play. And Mega Floette is in contention for the single best Mega Evolution period, and it's very good into Feraligatr. Okay, but we want to use Mega Feraligatr, so what are we supposed to do? Here's what I came up with. Because Mega Feraligatr is kind of in this awkward mid-speed range, I think that what we actually want to do is lean into that rather than out of it. What I mean is I think we want to give Feraligatr both Tailwind and Trick Room. By having both forms of speed control, we can hopefully tailor which one we lean into based on the opponent's team. Since Feraligatr won't outspeed opposing Tailwind teams, we can lean into Trick Room there. And against teams that don't have explicit speed control, we can rely on Tailwind. For the Tailwind setter on this team, I chose Talonflame. It's a fire and flying type with the ability Gale Wings. Gale Wings gives all of its flying type moves +1 priority, but only when it's at full HP. Moves with heightened priority will move before all other moves. I said moves like 10 times there. But yeah, basically this means that Talonflame will be able to use Tailwind before almost all other Pokemon attack. We have a fire type, we have a water type, and if we want a grass type Trick Room setter, the answer is obvious. We're gonna go with Sinistcha. Sinistcha has really good synergy with Feraligatr because of its ability Hospitality. Hospitality heals the partner Pokemon whenever Sinistcha switches in by 1/4 of its maximum HP. And when we consider that Double Edge is going to cause Feraligatr to lose a good chunk of its HP, we can see why these two work well together. Sinistcha can also support Feraligatr by using Rage Powder to protect Feraligatr from strong single target attacks. Plus it can also do some damage on its own with moves like Shadow Ball and Matcha Gotcha. Fire, Water, and Grass is a really strong core. These types all have good synergy together. And actually there's another infamous core that also has types that have really good synergy together, and that's Fairy, Dragon, and Steel. We already have a Dragon type, so maybe we should think about adding a Steel type. There's one in particular that has great synergy with Mega Feraligatr, and that's Kingambit. Kingambit has the Defiant ability, which gives itself 2 stages of attack boost whenever any of its stats are lowered. The reason this is such good synergy with Feraligatr is because Mega Feraligatr is a physical attacker, meaning it's susceptible to the ability Intimidate. Intimidate lowers the attack stat of both opposing Pokemon whenever the user switches in, and if Feraligatr gets intimidated, it's going to lose a huge chunk of its damage output. Just by having Kingambit on the team, we can discourage our opponents from even bringing their Intimidate Pokemon, and we can punish them if they do. So now we have a Dragon type, we have a Steel type, and we're gonna come back to our Fairy type in a second. Because the next Pokemon I wanna add is a fast Pokemon, to make it so I'm not as reliant on Tailwind to be moving first. The Pokemon I'm choosing here is actually Sneasler. Sneasler's in contention for the best non-Mega Pokemon in the game right now, thanks to its huge base speed and powerful attacks. Fake Out can stop an opponent from moving for 1 turn, while Close Combat and Dire Claw are threatening attacks that you definitely do not want to take if you don't have to. Most Sneasler right now are running Protect as the 4th move, but I'm actually going to use Coaching. Coaching gives Sneasler's partner 1 attack boost and 1 defense boost, and it even works through Protect. This pairs well not only with Kingambit, who can't have its attack stat lowered very easily, but also with Mega Feraligatr. After a defense boost, Mega Feraligatr becomes extremely hard to get rid of. Okay, now we do need a Fairy type Pokemon, and the one that I'm choosing here is actually Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir has the Pixelate ability, which is the Fairy equivalent of Feraligatr's Dragonize ability. Turns all normal moves into Fairy type moves and gives them a damage boost. I think it's worth considering here because Mega Gardevoir actually matches up pretty well against the Pokemon that Mega Feraligatr doesn't like. Specifically, it's strong into Dragon type Pokemon as it's a special attacking Fairy type Pokemon, meaning it's able to threaten them pretty significantly. And while it doesn't have a type matchup into Fairy type Pokemon, the main Fairy type right now is Mega Floette. And Mega Floette's ability powers up the Fairy type moves of all Pokemon on the field, including its opponents. So an opposing Mega Floette will actually give my Mega Gardevoir a damage boost. The other nice thing is that Mega Gardevoir has really high natural special defense, making it a good answer to fairy type Pokemon who at the moment are almost entirely special attackers. The weird thing about this Gardevoir is that rather than being trained to be fast and strong, it's instead trained to be, well, slow and strong. And that's because instead of investing heavily into Gardevoir's speed stat, I'm instead training its HP. This is because the last move on Gardevoir is Trick Room, giving me another way to twist the dimensions. The bulk on Gardevoir will also be nice if I ever decide to bring Feraligatr and Gardevoir together, as Gardevoir can serve as an emergency Trick Room setter in a pinch. Before we jump into the battles, make sure to see if you have already subscribed, if that's something that you are potentially interested in. Lots of people think that they're subscribed and they aren't, and given that we're posting a new video every single day, I know that some of you are probably going to want to make sure that YouTube shows those videos to you and they don't just go into the ether. Okay, with that being said, let's jump into the battles. Okay, here we are with the team that I will be using today in this video. Here's all the moves and everything. I will move my big head. Nope, wrong way. I will move my big head so you can see all the details. If you want to see the stats, they are here. There you go. So if you want to see the stats for yourself, I am really curious to see how this works out because to be honest, I was running some damage calculations with Mega Feraligatr and I was a little bit underwhelmed, but I also think with the deterrent of Kingambit's Defiant and with potentially Sneasler coaching, it could be better than I think the calcs would indicate. I actually just played a match that I'm going to put on Patreon because I didn't actually use Mega Feraligatr. I just won the game with Kingambit and Sneasler because I crit everything to death. So that's a Patreon game. So this is my second game with the team. Let's see here. Okay, this is a team that has Charizard, who's a little spooky, although Charizard's probably really bad into Feraligatr, right? My Sneasler looks pretty good here, all things considered. I also think my Feraligatr looks half decent here. I'm actually gonna try 1, 2, 3, and then maybe in the back, I will do either Talon or Kingambit here. I feel like Talonflame late game could be pretty strong. Like, this really isn't very good into Whimsicott lead, right? Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I actually am going to do something tricky. I'm going to not Mega Evolve my Feraligatr on the first turn if they lead Garchomp plus Whimsicott, which is kind of what I'm expecting. Let's see. I'm expecting Whims Garchomp. Kingambit Instant. So they were willing to just completely... They were completely willing to just... What? Wait, what? I think I'm just going to go for Coaching plus Mega Evolve Liquidation. This is a risky play because they could go for Fake Out. I can't believe they... Like, if I just let Kingambit here, I'd be in... And almost like just immediately a huge advantage here. Okay, they don't switch out. If I'm them, I would consider protecting the Kingambit, I think. Here's Mega Feraligatr. It looks pretty cool in this game. Let's see what they go for here. They just attack with both. Okay, so I could have close combated if I'd wanted. I get to +1 defense. I go back to neutral attack. I'm pretty sure this should KO. Mega Feraligatr, neutral liquidation. Okay, we get rid of Instant right away, which means that now there's no more attack drops for the rest of the game. I do need to be careful of this Kingambit, but since I have Sash on Sneasler right now, it doesn't feel that bad. Here's Ironhead. I no longer have Sash on Sneasler. Ugh, I'm dead. Okay, that's not good. Whimsicott comes in. Okay, so that's pretty scary. I think I'm supposed to go for Dire Claw here. Like, are they going to Sucker Punch me? Because they totally could. It's pretty risky because I could just go for another Coaching. Like, it's risky for them to go for it. And also, it's not guaranteed to KO here. I don't know. They made such a risky play on turn 1 that maybe I should just assume they're going to make another risky play on turn 2. Like, Tailwind plus Ironhead feels pretty... Okay, Tailwind comes out. Are they going for Ironhead or are they going for Sucker Punch? That's... Wow. Really surprising. Okay. I do have Talonflame still, which is good. Yeah, I got to be careful here. Here's Liquidation. Doesn't do very much at all. No defense drop. Nice. Okay. I think I'm in trouble now that I lost Sneasler because I didn't really bring a good Pokemon to deal with this Kingambit. I would like to go for Brave Bird into the Whimsicott and Aqua Jet in the Whimsicott. That's one option. I'm going to try and clear this Whimsicott. I think it's the most important. I think that my most important Pokemon is my Feraligatr. So I think going for 2 priority moves here to try and get rid of it immediately is pretty good. We bring it down to Sash. Talonflame is kind of almost dead here because I'm going to probably take a Kowtow Cleave. If I go down to Kowtow Cleave here, I should live a Kowtow Cleave, right? They Sucker Punch. Okay, that's fine, because I'm defense boosted. That's not a big deal. I guess they were afraid of Flare Blitz there. So we get another KO. Feraligatr with priority, putting in a bit of work here. Critical hit is nice, though probably does not matter. Let's see what they go into here. Like, their Mega's Charizard, right? So it's Charizard or it's Garchomp or... It is Charizard here. This could be Charizard X. It is nice that I'm defense boosted. I'm going to protect both my Pokemon here, I think. I have Sinistcha as well as a potential switch in. With the damage already done to Kingambit, I think that's probably in Flare Blitz range, so I just need to stall out the Tailwind here. It is worth noting that the Kingambit's about to get really hard for me to hit when Sun goes up, assuming this is Sun. Like, the team could be Dragon Charizard X here. Okay, it is Y. I think that's probably better for me. Do you all think that, here's a question for you. Do you all think that Double Edge into Aqua Jet kills Charizard? I'm inclined to say it does, because this is Dragonized Double Edge. This defense boost is acting really nice for me right now. We're afraid of Swords Dance, but since we've seen Iron Head, we kind of suspect that they don't have it. Here's Sucker Punch. And here is Solar Beam. Okay, so they are going after Charizard here, or after Feraligatr here. Interesting. I think my best move here is actually to switch into Sinistra and go for Double Edge into Charizard, because it's effectively stronger. Dragon is not very effective into Charizard. I'm so used to Fairy, the Fairy one, Pixelate, that I had to think about it. But yeah, I just go for Double Edge here. I don't know if this happened in past games. I'm totally blanking, but did past games automatically update the type of your move? Like, would it have shown Double Edge as a normal move or a Dragon move in like Scarlet and Violet? I think it might have shown it as a normal move. Anyway, we're switching Talonflame out because Talonflame is kind of our best bet to get through this King Gambit. We're going to Sinistra here. Heal back to full. My suspicion is that Sucker Punch plus Solar Beam will not KO at all. Here's Weather Ball. Oh, maybe they went for a prediction here, going for a Sun Boost Weather Ball, but I'm quadruple resisting it. It still did a lot of damage. Why did it do that much damage? Hello. Okay, here's Dragon type Double Edge. Oh. Oh my God. Okay, was not expecting that. Okay. Well, that's new. Tailwind is out, so we now have a pretty big lead. They forfeited. Okay, it technically wasn't over if they got really lucky and I got really unlucky, but it would have been difficult to lose, I think. All right, Feraligatr was pretty good there. Even though they had like a fairy type, and even though like the turn one didn't go that well for me, or like the turn one went well, but it was like they played a little erratically, I think, or not, maybe not erratically, but in a way that was difficult for me to kind of get a handle on. Okay, we're playing against TKO, Technical Knockout. And it's an Aerodactyl team with Blastoise, Talonflame. So this looks like Shell Smash Blastoise to me, right? Oh wait, but I have Aerodactyl. I have Feraligatr is really good into some of these Pokemon, right? Sinistra looks pretty good here. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get boosts up. I think it's King Gambit here because of the Poltergeist, right? Yeah, let's give this a shot. If I get a coaching up, I'm gonna become extremely strong, but if I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get a coaching up is basically the short version. Aerodactyl. Not enough. It looks like the poison. Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm expecting, yeah, this lead. Blastoise. Oh, Blastoise plus Talonflame. Oh. Wait, they have Talonflame on this team? What? I thought they had Aerodactyl. Did I read wrong? Oh, they have both. They have Bofa. Okay, let's go for Coaching and Mega Evolve Double Edge. They would need to fake out Sneasler to stop this, which would be really, really risky. They actually switched Blastoise out here into what, Archaludon? Okay, Archaludon comes in. But I think this means I have an uninterrupted +1 Dragon Eyes boosted Double Edge. Archaludon's so tanky that there's simply no way this will KO. Oh, they could go for Dual Wing Beat. That could be bad. That could be really bad. Let's see if they go for Quick Guard or Upper Hand. They go for Protect. Okay, cool. That's good to know. So I have +1 Dragon Eyes boosted attack here, which is good. Archaludon is basically 130. Maybe it's even higher, 150 defense. Let's see here. This is Double Edge though, coming out here into the Archaludon. Wait, what? Crit, right? That wasn't a crit. That's Archaludon. I'm sorry, that's Archaludon. That's one of the most physically bulky Pokemon in the game. Sinistra comes out, okay. I'm not weak to Sinistra though. I guess I can Dire Claw the Sinistra and Aqua Jet the Talonflame as one option. Like, are they gonna go for Rage Powder? Probably not, right? Liquidation is probably fine. I don't think I'm, okay, Dual Wing Beat, oops. Oopsie. That's my bad. Okay, I'm gonna take more damage now. Hang on a second. I'm kind of in trouble. I should have gone for Double Edge instead. I should have tried to clear the Sinistra. So he moves next. It is my Feraligatr most likely. Okay, it is Feraligatr. Do we get the KO here? They aren't Sash. I guess Sash is probably an arrow. If I don't get burned here, I think it's gonna be really tough for them to win. But this is probably Mega Blastoise, and it probably doesn't have that many moves to hit my Feraligatr. There's Machagacha. It has a chance to burn, not a super high chance though. Does a lot of damage. Does it get the burn? I just had to say something. Okay. I might lose now, right? What do I have in the back? I have Cringe Gambit. Oh no. I'm going to my own thing here. Okay. Sinistra. Ugh, this sucks. Okay, I was doing really well, but I think I messed up on that turn. I think the most important Pokemon to clear here is... Oh, they forfeited. I don't think that it was over. I mean, maybe they had like Shell Smash, Water Spout, Water Pulse, in which case they realized they could never get through. But yeah, Mega Feraligatr was really good there. I truthfully had I think I may have underestimated the power of Dragon Eyes Double Edge because I gotta run that damage calculator because I did not expect that. I did not expect that to pick up the KO. One thing that I think is funny is the controller buzzes before the game tells me, and then like that we found an opponent. So it's like I have a little delay. Okay, This is a Delphox plus Garchomp team. It could be dual mega with Venusaur. I guess it could be trio mega with Garchomp. How bad is the matchup for me into Delphox? The Venusaur matchup is certainly bad. The Garchomp matchup is bad. They have Incineroar. Lumberry Kingambit actually looks pretty good here, right? So maybe I'll do these two up front with Feraligatr and Talonflame in the back. Late game Feraligatr and Tailwind looks really strong, and it's like this is kind of difficult for them to deal with, I think. Being able to go for coaching is also kind of nice with Gambit, although not having any recovery is a little bit suspect. Okay, Rotom and Aegislash are the leads here. So I would say that overall this lead favors me pretty significantly because King Shield will drop my attack by 1. I want to go for coaching, but I honestly just don't feel that threatened unless they go for... Does it still get Sacred Sword? Probably, right? Okay, no protects. Fake out. Let's see if we get Poison Touch. Nope, no flinches. Is it Sacred Sword? Oh, it's Shadow Ball. Okay, I think I'm gonna get Aegislash here then. Go down to 22 HP. The thing is this Rotom may be Scarfed, which would be pretty bad for me. I get Aegislash, but I'm not convinced that was a good trade in hindsight. It completely depends on if this Rotom is Scarf or not, and a lot of them are... Oh, it's Leftovers. Okay, it's not Scarf. Great, good to know. Oh, if I got the Poison there, that'd be in big trouble. With the Lumberry protecting me from potential Will-O-Wisp, I feel decently safe here. Maybe that's foolish. Here's Garchomp, so they're going to be going for Earthquake almost guaranteed here. I'm going to go for Coaching since I'm dead in the water anyway, and I think I'd rather get this boost on Kingambit and go for Protect. Coaching actually goes through Protect, which is really nice. If they're Scarf Garchomp, then yes, they'll get the KO on my... They will get the KO on my... What's it called here? Ah, this Scarf, okay. It's not great for me. Okay. So the good news is that they can't damage my Talonflame with this thing. The bad news is that... Wait, is there any more good news? This Will-O-Wisp, okay. Hang on, I have an idea. Oh, I have a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna go into Feraligatr here. Do you think I'm faster than this Rotom? I put in a decent bit of speed on it, and this is Leftovers Rotom, which to me implies that it's bulky. I think what I wanna do is go for Double Edge here, and... Okay, do I Double Edge or do I just Protect and switch? I'm gonna go for Double Edge. Double Edge plus switch. Depends how fast this Rotom is, but I'm gonna say that it's not that fast. Because as long as Talonflame is alive, if I get rid of this Rotom, then I should always beat this Garchomp. I can actually beat it by forcing itself to struggle if I'm worried about like recoil damage from Brave Bird. But let's see here. I'm gonna go for the big question here is my Feraligatr faster than this Rotom? If Feraligatr outspeeds Rotom here, then I should get the KO based on what I've been seeing with this Pokemon. But if I'm slower, I may get burned. Don't take that much from Earthquake. I messed up. I should have gone for Protect. Okay, it's not over, but it's starting to look kind of bad. Here's Double Edge. That super would have killed. Okay, it's okay. It's just really bad. Now they can switch out their Delphox if they want. I think I'm losing now. Unless I make unless I get this turn correct. Oh, they're so fast on the Rotom when they hit. I think Garchomp might switch out. Like switch plus Protect is reasonable here. Yeah, I could have called this. I assume it's Delphox at the last. Oh, it's Venusaur. Oh, Mega Venusaur. Hold on a second. Oh, but they don't Protect. Hang on a second. Here's Double Edge. You should get Rotom, right? Yeah, even burnt, this is a very powerful Pokemon. Scarf Garchomp is faster than my Feraligatr in Tailwind. What are they locking into here? I have Tailwind up. I guess my question becomes, what is Garchomp locking into here? Because if it locks into a ground move, I'm gonna lock Aqua Jet. I think I'm dead. It is Venusaur, right? Okay. And with Kingambit, if I have both Kingambit and Talonflame still alive, I feel like I should be able to beat this Garchomp. They might lock into Rock Slide is the thing. So maybe I may have made the wrong move here. Because if they lock into Rock Slide, then I definitely made the wrong move. Here's the Mega Evolution. I go for Protect. I go for Aqua Jet. I'm accepting Feraligatr is dying. I think 14% could be the difference maker here. Let's see what they go for. They lock Rock Slide, so I think in the end I made the wrong choice. Because if I had gone for Double Edge here, I believe I would have gotten the KO. Okay. What's Venusaur going for here? Leech Seed. Okay, I don't think I can beat this in a 1 versus 1 then. I go into Kingambit and I have a choice here. I either go Brave Bird plus Sucker Punch into the Garchomp. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go Brave Bird plus Sucker Punch. It has a decent chance to KO. Like this is clearly not very bulky Garchomp. Venusaur could protect itself. Venusaur could not have Protect. They go for Protect. Okay, so I made the right play this turn. The question is, was I right about Aqua Jet burned plus Brave Bird plus Sucker Punch doing enough? We need this to do like 55 probably, or like 50. I think that's in range. Sucker Punch is very powerful, but my Kingambit doesn't have an item that boosts its damage, so it might be just short. 37% Kingambit, are you gonna clutch up here? Kingambit gets it, okay. I take rough skin recoil, but that's okay. My damage output is starting to climb here. I just have to take down this Mega Venusaur, but it is one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the game. Ironhead is 5 points weaker than Kowtow Cleave, but has a 20% chance to flinch. I think because Brave Bird is so powerful, I think the correct option is Brave Bird here, plus Kowtow Cleave, but I could be wrong. I don't think this is gonna do more than 65%, maybe 70 at best. 60, 59, not even 60%. So I don't think that they're going down to a Kowtow Cleave now. I am faster in Tailwind, that's good to know. I think that's guaranteed based on how I train this thing. Ironhead was the better play, probably. Here's Leech Seed into Talonflame though. Importantly, Leech Seed into Talonflame means that they're going to be recovering less HP because Talonflame is, they're stealing my literal HP amount, right? And so here, even though Venusaur is going to start healing, it's still definitely in range of Kowtow Cleave. And what that means is I can go for, should I make the cool play here? Should I make the cool play or the optimal play? I'm going to read the Protect. Protect Venusaur, Protect Venusaur, Protect Venusaur. Okay, so here's the idea. Tailwind ends, Venusaur protects itself. They don't have any recovery outside of the Leech Seed that they put on my Talonflame. So even though this is not optimal, I wanted to show you that it's a cool trick you can do because there are times where it is optimal. I'm knocking out my own Talonflame on purpose. And the reason why I'm knocking out my own Talonflame is that now the Venusaur has no more recovery. We saw from the first Kowtow Cleave that the damage is around 30%. And so now that it has 20% left, they would need so many protects to win, and they forfeit, yeah, there, because I have Kingambit faster in Tailwind. In this specific position, I want to clarify that was not the best move, because, like, yeah, I had enough health left on Talonflame, and they had not enough health left on Venusaur that this would actually make a big impact, but I wanted to show you that it's an option, and sometimes the best play is to knock out your own Pokemon, because you can deny them healing, for example, with Leech Seed. So just a little trick for you there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this team. Mega Feraligatr, I would say, it's certainly not a bad Pokemon. I'm not sure it's worth the Mega slot after playing a couple games with it, but it's certainly not bad, and I think there are probably other ways of accessing its full power that maybe I didn't discover with just this first attempt. So if you want to see a couple more games with the team, there will be 2 more on Patreon that you can check out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for more Pokemon Champions content. Bye-bye.